Hello, my name is Jason Silverstein, and I'm a member of 2 Toastmaster clubs. And I became president of one of them in July. In this video, I'm going to go over with you my exact experience as a Toastmaster Club President. And this video is going to be like no other you've ever seen or will see, because I'm going to go over with you exactly how it's been for me. The good, the bad, what I've gotten out of it. And if you have been a Toastmaster Club President yourself, I would like to know what your experience was. Please let me know in the comments section. I will now go over with you my Toastmasters background to add context to this video. In 2011, I first joined Toastmasters. I stayed in that club for 4 or 5 years, going on to becoming an officer, a lower-level officer role as a secretary. I showed up to all the officer meetings. I did a little bit. I didn't really do too much. I didn't take that role too seriously, and I didn't take being in Toastmasters in general very seriously. I didn't really practice too much for the speeches. I had no real strong objective for being there. And I wound up quitting, and I took about 2 years off. Then in 2018, I rejoined Toastmasters, a different club this time, and I came in there with a very strong purpose. I wanted to become a public speaker, and I practiced for my speeches. People didn't exactly look up to me, but I was one of the people there that people could count on to give a speech and do a decent job and show up. So I showed a little bit of a leadership capability right there. And I became an officer there too. I was vice president of public relations. And I did an adequate job. I would post pictures to Facebook. I didn't do everything that I'm supposed to do, but I did a decent job at it. I was getting a lot out of Toastmasters, and I wanted to double down on it. So I joined a second club in mid-2019. There, I did not become an officer right away, even though I could have. I just wanted to just be there and be one of the members, because I was already an officer at the other first club. But I was one of the ones that people could count on. I showed up pretty much every meeting. I was consistent. I took it seriously. There was a speaking tour that was formed there, and I was on the speaking tour. So I was in it. Then, as we all know, March came, and with that, COVID-19. Then we went on to Toastmaster online Zoom meetings. The meetings were all online Zoom. And at first, there were some people that dropped off right away. They never went on to Zoom. So we lost some members right away. And then as things progressed, we slowly lost more people. They just didn't show up anymore. Maybe they didn't like Zoom or whatever it is. Didn't see the purpose of doing public speaking when it's just on Zoom. Whatever the reason, we started losing members. Then June came, and I guess it was time to pick the new officers for the next year. And I did not raise my hand. I did not show any interest in becoming an officer. It's just not something I really wanted to do. And I was kind of feeling the effects of COVID and everything going on. I didn't have super high energy levels. I didn't really want to take on a lot of stuff. But for whatever reason, maybe there was no other good choice, I was asked to become president of this club. I accepted the role because I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to work on my leadership capabilities. I was told that it would be an easy job because we had a very involved vice president of education who would do most of the work, and I wouldn't really have to do too much. Now, I didn't really necessarily believe that, but what I did know is that the Vice President of Education was very involved and was doing a lot of the work. And he has. To this day, he has done a lot of the work. What happened, though, could not have been foreseen, is that we had a brand new treasurer and a brand new vice president of public relations. They had never been officers before. It's kind of a difficult transition period bringing in the new treasurer. He had lost a job and had to get another job, so he wasn't really around at the meetings too much. And he didn't like the bank that we were using. Now, this is nothing against the treasurer, in case, especially if he happens to be watching this. He's doing the best he can, I know that. But whenever you have someone new taking on a new position, there's always challenges that come up, and that's certainly been the case here. Our Vice President of Public Relations came on really strong. She came in all enthusiastic. Now, to me, because I'm always have these thoughts, when someone comes on really enthusiastic, I worry that they're going to burn themselves out. And that's sort of what may have happened, because she's sort of temporarily dropped off the face of the earth. We don't know where she is or what's happening, and that has caused our marketing to go down since she was in charge of doing that. Now, I don't tell you all these things to be a complainer and especially don't want sympathy. I'm just telling you what the role is all about. These challenges are great. They're great for me because it's going to make me have to take on the leadership capabilities, the leadership skills that I thought the role would have me make me do. Right now, we are in membership renewal period, which goes until October 1st. And I just talked today with the Vice President of Education, and he expressed his concerns that a lot of the members are not going to rejoin. They're not going to renew. And we don't have too many new members coming in. So he was really concerned about this. This is the challenge that I am taking on. Now, at first, when I first got off the Zoom call with the Vice President, I was feeling a little concerned and down about it as well. But then I decided I need to rise to the occasion. I wasn't told I'd have to rise to the occasion. I was told that everything would be easy. But this is the position that I am in. And I have come up with an idea. I came up with an idea to put on a virtual event, since there's all these virtual events now, where I'm going to have some speakers that are going to talk about the benefits of Toastmasters to them and how it's helped them in their business. And I'm hoping that this event will attract new members and keep our current members. Now I want to talk to you about how becoming Toastmaster Club President has affected me. I find myself resenting the fact that I have to do more than what I should be doing because certain other members are not doing their job. And I realize that's the wrong attitude. I shouldn't be resenting that I have to do these things. That's just part of the job. Maybe I'm just still focused on the fact that when I was presented this Toastmaster Club President job, it was stressed how easy it would be. But that's just the way things go. I can't focus on that. I have to focus on the current situation. I want to wrap up with this thought. If you are thinking about becoming a Toastmaster Club President, I would recommend it. Here is why. This is a relatively low stakes opportunity to test your leadership capabilities. If you do a poor job at Toastmasters Club President, you're not going to be fired from your job. You also will not risk losing thousands of dollars in your business because you were a poor leader. Being a Toastmaster Club President is a relatively low-risk situation where you get to test out your leadership capabilities to see if you have any aptitude for it and to see if you like it or not. without risking a whole lot, as I said previously. For those reasons, I would recommend doing it if you have the opportunity to do it. Even though I said I had these problems and it's causing me to take more time, in the end I kind of enjoyed. I'm glad I decided to become the Toastmaster Club President, even in these times where it's more difficult. The more difficult it is, the bigger challenge it is, the bigger rewards that I can give to myself if I actually come through. Even if no one else pats me on the back and says, "Good job, Jason, you did a great job during this difficult period," I will know. I will know that I was able to come through in a very difficult time period and make the club survive or thrive. Either one would be an accomplishment for me, and I could take that on to whatever else I am doing. If you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.